The morning light slips through the curtains. Helen opens her eyes slowly. Her body feels heavy, her shoulders stiff, her knees tight. She sits up on the edge of the bed, breathing out a long sigh. The house is quiet, only the sound of a clock ticking softly. She reaches down to pick up her slippers and feels a sharp pull in her lower back. Once she used to move without thinking. She used to walk her garden, bend to smell the flowers, dance with her grandchildren. Now every motion feels like a small effort, a silent reminder of time passing. She looks at her reflection in the mirror. Her eyes are kind but tired. She whispers to herself, when did it become so hard to move? Her body feels older than her heart. She closes her eyes for a moment, remembering the ease she once had. Then a thought appears, quiet but clear. Maybe it's not too late to change. Maybe she can bring back that feeling of freedom. She takes her phone, searches for gentle full body stretch after 60. A video appears, calm music and soft movements. Helen smiles faintly. Today she decides to begin. Helen rolls out her old yoga mat on the wooden floor. The mat smells faintly of lavender and thyme. She hasn't used it in years. Dust dances in the sunlight as she sits down slowly. Her knees crack a little, but she smiles anyway. It feels strange to be here again, in this quiet moment with herself. She looks at the screen in front of her. A calm voice welcomes her to a gentle full body stretch for seniors. The instructor's tone is soft, patient, reassuring. Move at your own pace, the voice says. Helen nods, almost talking back to the video. She raises her arms slowly, reaching toward the ceiling. Her shoulders resist at first, like doors that haven't been opened in a while. She breathes deeply, feeling the air expand her chest. The tightness begins to loosen. Her hands tremble a little, but the feeling is good. It's not pain, it's awakening. She exhales, letting her arms fall gently to her sides. The next stretch asks her to roll her shoulders back. She follows carefully, one motion at a time. A small pop echoes from her right shoulder, and she laughs quietly. Hello there, she says to her own body. Her muscles feel like old friends she hasn't spoken to in years. The movements continue, neck circles, side bends, soft twists. Each one brings a small wave of warmth through her. Her breath becomes smoother, her heart beats steadier. She can feel her spine moving, gently unwinding. There's no rush. No goal to reach. Just motion, just breath. She remembers the first time she ever stretched like this. It was decades ago, in a community class with her best friend. They used to laugh every time they fell off balance. Now she smiles at the memory. It feels like that same laughter is still living somewhere inside her. The instructor speaks again. Stretching is not about touching your toes. It's about touching your limits kindly. Helen closes her eyes. The words land softly in her heart. Kindness. That's what she's been missing all this time. Not strength, not youth, but gentleness. She reaches her hands behind her back, interlacing her fingers. The stretch feels deep, almost emotional. Her chest opens, her back straightens. She feels taller, lighter, present. For a moment, the years fall away. She's just Helen, breathing, moving, alive. Her cat walks by and curls up beside the mat. She laughs again, the sound filling the quiet room. The routine ends with a slow inhale and a long exhale. Helen brings her palms together in front of her chest. The video fades to silence. She sits there for a while, eyes closed, feeling her heart beating calmly. Her body feels warm, relaxed, awake. For the first time in years, she feels connected, to herself, to the moment, to the world. She opens her eyes, the corners of her mouth lifting. This is not just stretching. This is coming home. The next morning, Helen wakes up before the sun. The air feels cool, soft, and still. She sits on the edge of her bed, stretches her arms overhead, and breathes deeply. Her muscles remember yesterday. There's less stiffness, less resistance. Her body feels like it's waiting for movement. She smiles, surprised by the thought. In the living room, the yoga mat lies ready. She presses play on the same video. The calm music begins again. The instructor's voice feels familiar now, almost like a friend. "Let's start with gentle neck rotations," it says softly. Helen nods, letting her head fall slowly to one side. Her neck cracks slightly, a quiet reminder of age and effort. But the sound doesn't scare her anymore. It feels like her body is talking back. She rolls her shoulders forward and back, feeling the warmth build. Her arms move more freely than before. The movements are slow, graceful, like a conversation between breath and motion. She bends gently at the waist, reaching toward her knees. The stretch pulls lightly along her spine. Each inhale lengthens her body. Each exhale softens the tension. She's no longer thinking about how she looks. She's thinking about how she feels. And she feels alive. Her cat watches her from the couch, tail flicking lazily. Helen laughs quietly. "Even you think I'm doing better today," she says. She moves into a seated twist, turning gently to one side. Her back feels looser, her posture stronger. She inhales deeply, feeling her ribs expand. The music flows softly through the room. She feels as if her body is learning a new language, one built on patience. Her hips, once tight and unwilling, begin to open. The stretch feels deep, almost emotional. It's not just her muscles that are releasing, it's something inside her too. Memories surface unhurried. Dancing at her wedding, chasing her children through the park, running barefoot on warm sand. She hadn't realized how much of that freedom had faded. But now, piece by piece, she's taking it back. The instructor reminds her to breathe deeply. She does. Her breath feels longer, fuller, alive with rhythm. She feels connected, from her fingertips to her toes. It's as if every cell in her body is waking up. The session ends with a long, slow stretch across her entire body. Helen closes her eyes, her arms extended, palms open. She feels the energy flowing through her. Calm, steady, peaceful. She stays still for a while, listening to her heartbeat. The sound is steady, strong, reassuring. When she finally opens her eyes, the sun has risen. Golden light fills the room, touching everything gently. She whispers, "I'm still here." And for the first time in a long time, she truly feels it. Days turn into weeks, and Helen's mornings begin to change. The stiffness that once greeted her each sunrise grows weaker. She moves more easily now, her steps lighter, her breath calmer. Stretching has become her quiet ritual, her moment of peace. Each morning, she rolls out the mat like an old friend. The sound of her breath fills the small living room. No noise, no hurry. Just rhythm and movement. She starts with gentle neck circles, her head tracing slow patterns in the air. Her shoulders roll back and down, releasing old tension. She feels her posture improving, her chest opening, her spine lengthening. Then come the arm stretches, long and deliberate. Her fingers reach far, as if trying to touch the morning light. She bends softly to one side, feeling the stretch through her ribs. Her breath deepens, matching each movement like a quiet melody. The routine flows naturally now. Torso twists follow, smooth and slow, awakening her spine. She turns her head with each twist, looking over her shoulder. The motion feels like turning pages of an old story. Every stretch tells a memory, every exhale lets one go. She moves into gentle hip openers. This part used to be difficult, but now it feels freeing. Her hips respond with warmth and fluid motion. She imagines them as hinges once rusty, now moving with ease. Next are the leg stretches, her hamstrings pulling softly. Her legs feel stronger, more stable beneath her. Balance no longer frightens her. She stands tall, one hand resting on a chair for support. Her body knows what to do now. Each pose flows into the next, graceful and sure. Helen has found her rhythm, her balance between strength and softness. Even her breathing has changed. It's no longer shallow or rushed, it's steady, full of life. She inhales hope, exhales gratitude. Her cat joins her sometimes, curling beside the mat. She laughs and calls him her stretching assistant. The morning sun streams through the window, painting gold on her skin. It feels like a blessing, quiet and kind. The routine ends with deep breathing. She sits cross-legged, palms open on her knees. Her mind drifts in silence. No worry about the day ahead, no regret about the years behind. Just this moment, simple, alive, complete. She can feel her body humming, each muscle relaxed yet awake. Her movements are no longer clumsy or careful. They're graceful, almost effortless. Helen realizes she's no longer stretching to fight age. She's stretching to celebrate life. Every something went wrong while generating the response. If this issue persists, please contact us through our help center at help. OpenI, calm. TH letter 1ED, L letter 1EA 1I. Weeks have passed since Helen began her daily stretches. Each morning feels lighter now, her body more open, her breath more calm. She notices small things first. The way her arms lift without pain. The way she can reach a high shelf without thinking twice. The way her steps feel more balanced, her stride more natural. But one morning, she begins to wonder why. Why does stretching make her feel so alive again? The question lingers as she moves through her gentle routine. Neck rolls, shoulder circles, spine twists, hip openers. Each motion feels deliberate, almost sacred. She feels her muscles respond, as if remembering something they had forgotten. Later that day, she sits by the window with a cup of tea. She searches online, reading about flexibility and aging. She learns that muscles, like rubber bands, lose their elasticity over time. They tighten, shorten, and become less responsive. Blood flow decreases, joints dry out, and movement becomes stiff. But stretching, she reads, can change that. It brings oxygen back into tired tissues. It increases circulation, hydrates the fibers, restores movement. It doesn't stop aging, but it slows the stiffness that comes with it. She nods to herself, feeling a quiet sense of power. For years, she had believed her body was fatting. But maybe it was simply waiting for her attention. The next day, she moves differently. Not just to exercise, but to connect. She listens to her breath as it fills her lungs. She feels the blood flow, warming her muscles. She understands now, this is not about control but cooperation. Her body and mind working together in rhythm. The instructor's words from the first video echo in her head. Stretching is a dialogue, not a demand. She smiles softly. That's exactly how it feels. Her movements become slower, but more meaningful. Every stretch is a sentence in a language of care. Every breath is a reply. She imagines her muscles as rivers, once dry, now flowing freely again. Her heart feels stronger, her posture taller. When she stands in front of the mirror, she doesn't just see her reflection. She sees progress. Not perfection, but presence. The stiffness that once trapped her has softened. Her body is not what it was at 30, but it is alive. It is learning, adapting, breathing. Helen finishes her routine with her hands over her heart. She feels the steady pulse beneath her fingers. That rhythm, she thinks, is proof of resilience. She takes a deep breath, eyes closed. The science may explain the body, But this feeling, this renewal, is something deeper. It's gratitude. It's hope. It's the quiet miracle of still being able to move. It is a sunny afternoon in early spring. Helen stands by the window, watching her grandchildren play in the garden. Their laughter fills the air, light and bright like wind chimes. She feels a familiar pull in her chest, joy mixed with hesitation. One of the children calls out, "Grandma, come play with us." She smiles, but her old fear returns for a moment. For years she had said no. Her knees hurt, her back ached, her balance felt uncertain. But today feels different. Her body feels steady beneath her. Her breath feels full, her heart open. She looks down at her hands, at the strength in them. Then she whispers, "Why not?" She steps outside, the sunlight warm on her face. The children cheer, circling around her. They hand her a soft ball and giggle. Helen bends slightly, catching it in her palms. The motion is smooth, easy. No sharp pain, no tightness. She throws it back, laughing freely. Her laughter surprises even her. It feels young, light, unstoppable. Her granddaughter hugs her around the waist. "You're fast, Grandma," the little girl says. Helen laughs again, shaking her head. "Maybe I just needed a little practice," she replies. They play together for a long time. She runs a few steps, bends, stretches, reaches. Each movement feels natural, fluid, effortless. Her body feels alive in a way it hasn't for decades. Her mind feels clear, her spirit awake. In that moment, she realizes what the stretching has truly given her. Not just mobility, but confidence. Not just motion, but joy. She is no longer afraid of her body. She trusts it again. Later, when the children go inside, Helen sits on the garden bench. She looks at her hands, the same hands that once trembled tying her shoes. Now they rest calmly on her knees. The breeze moves through the trees, gentle and cool. She closes her eyes, feeling the rhythm of her breath. She thinks about how far she has come. From the morning stiffness to this lightness of being. From pain to possibility. She whispers softly, "I'm proud of you." It's a message to herself, to the body that never gave up. To the patience it took to heal. To the days she didn't skip, even when it hurt. Every stretch was a promise, and today that promise has bloomed. When she stands to go back inside, she moves without thinking. Her legs feel strong, her steps sure. Inside, the children are setting the table for dinner. She joins them, humming quietly, her heart full. The evening sun glows through the window, painting her in gold. And Helen knows with quiet certainty that she's found her way back to life. Helen's mornings have become a ritual. The day begins before sunrise, soft and quiet. She lights a small candle near her mat, its glow gentle and warm. The air smells faintly of jasmine and new beginnings. She sits cross-legged, hands resting on her knees. Her breath flows slow and steady, like waves meeting the shore. This is her time, her space of calm before the world wakes. She closes her eyes, feeling the rhythm of her heart. It beats strong, steady, alive. Then she begins her routine, one movement at a time. Neck circle, shoulder rolls, a deep stretch through the spine. Her body responds with ease now, fluid and confident. Every inhale opens her chest, every exhale releases tension. Her joints no longer creak like old doors. They move quietly, gracefully, in harmony with her breath. She bends forward, her fingertips brushing the mat. It's not about reaching farther, it's about reaching gently. Stretching, she's learned, is not about achievement. It's about conversation, a soft dialogue between body and soul. She listens carefully, never forcing, never rushing. Her body speaks in sensations, not words. And she answers with kindness. 10 minutes pass, then 20. Time feels slower here, sacred somehow. When she rises, she feels grounded, like the earth beneath her feet. Her balance has improved. Her confidence has grown. But more than that, her spirit feels awake. Throughout the day, she moves differently. When she reaches for a cup on the top shelf, her body cooperates. When she walks to the garden, her steps are light. Even sitting feels easier, more open. Stretching has become her quiet act of gratitude. A reminder that she's still capable, still changing, still alive. Each movement feels like saying thank you to her body, to time, to life. In the evenings, she sometimes stretches again. Not because she has to, but because she wants to. It calms her mind, slows her thoughts, soothes her heart. She watches the candle flicker, the flame reflecting in her eyes. Every glow feels like a small promise kept. A promise to care for herself, to keep moving with love. She remembers how hard it was at the beginning. The pain, the stiffness, the doubt. Now those memories feel distant, softened by patience. Her body is not perfect, but it's free. She smiles, touching her knees gently. "They've carried me far," she whispers. She folds her hands together, breathing deeply once more. The candle burns low, the night deepens. But inside her, something shines brighter. Not youth, not strength, but peace. The kind that comes from listening, from showing up, from moving through life, one gentle stretch at a time. The morning sun spills through the window. Helen stands by her mat, breathing deeply. Her body feels light, her heart steady. Every stretch, every breath has led her here. She smiles, remembering the woman she was months ago. Tired, stiff, uncertain. Now she moves with grace, with quiet confidence. Her body no longer fights against her, it flows with her. She realizes that aging isn't the end of movement. It's an invitation to move differently, more gently, more wisely. She rolls her shoulders back, lifts her arms, and exhales softly. The candle flickers beside her, a small flame of peace. This has become more than a routine. It's her way of saying yes, to life, to motion, to herself. She looks out the window, where the sky glows pale gold. The world feels calm, welcoming, alive. She whispers, "Thank you," not to anyone in particular. Just to the moment, to her breath, to the quiet joy inside her. Then she steps forward, her movement slow and certain. Her day begins, not with effort but with ease. And in that stillness she knows she has found her freedom again.